Nah, but deadass, I gotta tell you something.
What?
Uh-oh.
I'm trans.
Trans?
Please don't hit me, bro, please. Like, I'm sorry.
You stupid f***ing you stupid, disgusting f***ing
Chat's fake the stream.
The reason why, so I'll tell you the reason why they like it. Because the people that like fake streamers are so socially that they don't even know that they're fake. Like, I've been to some of these, like, conventions and these meet and greets, and the people that like the fake streamers are actually so socially retarded and socially inept that they think that the streamers are actually like that. They're literal cringe, in some cases children, in all cases mentally children. That's the reason why. They're delusional children.
It's fake, everyone's just being fake. What I don't understand it.
Everything's fake. View count's fake, chat's fake,
And it's like,
characters fake.
are people even realizing, or are people just now conforming to the new meta of like, yeah, these fake guys?
Well, I'll tell you this. Me, XQC, and Train have been talking about this for 7 years. And we had to eat shit for it for the first 5 years that we were talking about it. But then after 5 years of us talking shit about it and telling everybody, hey guys, this isn't the way it is. After 5 years of eating shit, now people are seeing. And it's gonna get worse. A lot worse. It's because, I'm gonna tell you another big reason, is that if you have elements of sociopathic behavior or psychopathic behavior, it makes you in general more resistant to criticism. And streaming is a very mentally corrosive thing. So if you are a generational piece of shit, you have like an innate buff in streaming. That's the reason why you have all these CEOs and all these politicians that are the same thing. Is that like a normal person isn't meant to be criticized and dissected in the same way that a public figure is. So the only people that can handle it and do a good job, or at least the majority of them, are people where there's something fucking wrong with them. There is. Like, if you see thousands of people telling you that you're wrong and you don't even fucking, you're like, oh, yeah, they're stupid. They don't know anything, right? That is a very uncommon reality.
So if you want like a spoiler alert for the rest of your life, this is how every single thing works, okay? Just a matter of whether or not you want to be aware of it or not. New thing happens, and it's legitimately one of the coolest things ever. And it gets like a fan base of cool people who are like, oh my God, this thing is so cool. And it's hard for a lot of people to understand, but it's like a new, cool, awesome thing, okay? And then this is like the inception, or this is like the beginning stage of like, not the inception. This is like the earliest phase of a thing, okay? So imagine like a new hip, crazy band or a new hip, awesome game or whatever comes out, right? Oh my God, this is awesome. And then they iterate on the thing and they refine a little bit and it becomes like better, cooler, and it's like, oh shit. And then more people kind of pick it up. The core fans are still like, oh, this is like, oh my God, this is like fucking awesome. Holy shit. Like, oh, and they even made it better. There's like a little group of people who are kind of like, this isn't the same shit that it was a while ago or whatever. But for the most part, it's still cool. And then, welcome to the wonderful world of capitalism. Things very rarely stay here, okay? What happens is if you keep compromising on the original vision or the original thing that you made, if you compromise more and more, you can dramatically grow the audience size. So eventually, at some point, the creators, the owners of the IP, whatever, will realize, damn, if we do some appeal like this, we can grow our fan base to this. But by the time you start moving out here, like these people all hate the thing. These people are kind of like, maybe, or whatever. And then it's like, now it's got like widespread mass appeal. But this is a thing that just always happens with everything when the creators want to make more money. So streaming is like this, video games in general, and more specifically can be like this. Like everything is just like this. This happens. It's just a matter of whether or not the creators of an original thing want to make a fuck ton more money and appeal to a wider audience, or if they want to kind of keep it more niche and appealing to a more select form of people. But the wider you try to gain appeal for a particular thing, then necessarily the less specific or the less appealing it will be to the more hardcore enjoyers of a thing. Yeah.
Bro, is it a loss for words? So wait a minute, hold on, ho. So this guy went out on a date with somebody and he didn't even know that they were trans?
Nah, but deadass, I gotta tell you something.
What?
Uh-oh.
I'm trans.
You're lying.
I'm not.
Fuck! What do you mean by that?
Please don't hit me, bro, please. Like, I'm sorry. Bro, I should have waited. Like, nah, deadass, I shouldn't have said it on camera.
Yo, my mom gonna kill me. Oh!
I'm sorry. Nah, deadass, please don't.
They just made out hella hard. This is like a 4 TV drama shit, right? There's no way that most trans people would do this. It's such a crazy risk.
What are we doing here? It is insane to go on a date.
Now he's gonna give his huge fucking take on how this is basically rape and all this bullshit. And he's kind of sort of right, but it's like, this is not like an ordinary interaction, but we're gonna pretend Maybe not. I shouldn't read so far ahead. Sorry.
With a person, not tell them that you are trans, or, you know, for example, like you have an STD. What would you do to her in the middle of the ocean? Sick and disgusting thing to do when you know damn well what men like to do whenever they find out that we're trans. Well, then you should tell people that you're trans before you go on a date with them.
Wow, genius idea. Oh my God, he's so smart. True.
Lie to people about your gender just so you can go on dates with them. You're manipulating them and you're taking advantage of them. Yeah, transphobic piece of shit. The reaction is sure played up here. Notice how he could have absolute baddie. How he could have had an absolute baddie. Well, how could the person be an absolute baddie if he's not attracted to men? What the fuck is wrong with you? You need to be institutionalized. And also, this is what I find to be so sick about this. This person here is creating a culture where it is acceptable to lie about your biological sexuality, deceive people, and then get upset.
This one person.
Whenever they're mad. I'm telling you, this is a recipe for disaster. Your virtue signaling on the internet will cost people their lives. And everybody liking this tweet, everybody supporting this freak, more important for them to virtue signal on social media than to respect other people's consent. I hate this. I hate this. Makes me so mad. I feel bad for straight trans woman. She's literally so pretty. Why can't I reply?
It means they blocked Asmon.
You stupid fucking bitch. You stupid, disgusting fucking bitch. Oh my God.
Okay. What's our boy Sargon up to?
This whole thing, I think, probably was inevitable and only actually resolves in one way. So you've got people like James Lindsay and the rest of the sort of centre-right types. Joel Berry was on Tim Pool's podcast yesterday discussing this. And they're deeply concerned about something they call the woke right. And I spoke to James about this at the last art conference, and he told me that he deliberately used this term frivolously in order to sow discord on the right. Because what's actually happening here is that the Buckleyite libs are reacting to the rise of a new form of ethno-nationalism on the right that resembles, but is not accurate or concurrent to, a sort of degenerated form of Nazism. And they want to make sure their movement isn't caught up with it. And from their perspective, this is understandable. You can see why this is something that bothers them. And they can't just call them Nazis. Because, of course, the left has been crying wolf for many years and made calling someone a Nazi a rather unfashionable thing. And so, with this being passé, they need some new ideological tool in order to stipulate who they're talking about. But the problem is, these people basically aren't woke. It's not that they are woke. What it is that they are self-interested, and they are reacting against a series of power structures that they perceive, and it is in this that James is identifying the wokeness. In discussing this on my Account Daily channel, I offhandedly said, well, the problem with the woke left isn't really the woke part, it's the left part. And I've had this thrown back in my face several times, so I just want to be categoric. That statement is true. That is completely correct, and I stand by it, because actually the problem isn't the woke part, it is the left part, because the left part is what informs the woke part.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good on this. Tech Jesus. Let's watch this guy instead. What's happening with our RAMs? They do be getting expensive. Why?
RAM prices are skyrocketing right now. Let's see how that's going to work out for consumers. Heads, consumers lose. Tails, manufacturers win. Consumers lose. It's heads. In some of our price checks today, we found memory kits increasing by 169%, 116%, 181%, and similar. By hard dollar amounts, some of these have gone up by hundreds of dollars for kits of 32 gigabytes in a span of just 1 to 2 months. Higher capacities have gone up by $400 or $500 in some cases. At one point, we observed a 1% increase per day for 13 days. There's even new reports showing that these recent price increases are to blame for NVIDIA's potentially delayed unannounced Super Series refresh, with worries that the company will prioritize denser GDDR7 modules for workstation GPUs. Prices are skyrocketing due to a combination of things that we're looking into today. These include data center demand, suppliers understocking due to previous oversupply, and other factors that we'll explore. Something else to put on your radar is that NAND flash for SSDs will also go up, or continue to go up anyway, as enterprise demand ramps and as they compete for inventory. Historically, the DRAM market follows about a 4-year pricing cycle. It's kind of like our industry's version of Roman mythology. We're just begging the 3 DRAM gods to bless us this given month with good DRAM prices for consumers. But unfortunately, the mythological pantheon of Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron only listens to the prayers of the companies that buy from them, not the consumers. So server demand is fundamentally altering the traditional nature of this market, which means that the DRAM industry is exiting that roughly 4-year cycle of memory pricing, and it's remaining elevated for longer than typical. For example, in OpenAI's partnership announcement with Samsung and SK Hynix as part of its Stargate project, the company stated it was, quote, targeting 900,000 wafer starts per month. Tom's Hardware reported that this, quote, represents around 40% of the total DRAM output, end quote, and that's globally. Suppliers have also begun doing the thing that they've been doing in GPUs, on the NVIDIA side, for example, for a while now, or on CPU side, sort of, with EPYC CPUs as opposed to Ryzen desktop, although that's a much better market for us consumers than basically any of these other ones. But the thing that they're doing in DRAM is diverting supply resources away from what would become desktop supply, consumer gaming type supply, and towards higher margin supply.
You know what? I don't give a fuck. Just don't buy RAM right now. Losers. Who needs RAM?
They saved the baby. They saved the baby. 把他活出来了，可是他什么都记不了。
Also gave us many new beginnings. You would have
可是他什么都记不起来吗？
Wait, is Fan French? Does she speak French? Is that French or is she just mumbling?
Deserve a new beginning. If you want one.
Chinese? Oh fuck, why the fuck did you say French? Wait, hold on.
可是他什么都记不起来吗？
I can't tell what language it is. Okay, Chinese, okay.
Deserve a new beginning.
Crying in Chinese.